Like if I recommend a movie to someone, I'm confident that this movie is like absolutely awesome. Otherwise I'm not going to tell you to watch it. But I feel like maybe some people just don't care about those kinds of things. Like, oh yeah, no, you should definitely watch it. And they don't even know what they're saying. But
Or they'll recommend it and they haven't even watched it. Like,
oh, dude,
somebody
don't even get me worked up about that.
Somebody we know is like, here, read this book. Haven't read it. They literally haven't read it. You're like, bro, why would I read this on your recommendation when you haven't even read it? Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, you read it first if you're so about it, and then let me know. Like, don't recommend it before you know if it's good or not.
Yep. Drives me absolutely insane.
You know how much time it takes to read a whole book?
Yeah. But yeah, so this AI can tell so much about you. And like Netflix could give a shit less about your subscription. That's why they're able to keep such a low subscription price. Like their main way of generating income is the AI. They're learning about you. That's why Netflix is so valuable, is at the data that they have. That's why Google allows you to search shit for free, because they're feeding that into an AI that's going to then shoot ads to you. And that's how they make their money, is off the ads. Same thing with Netflix. So Netflix doesn't have ads specifically, but they're selling that to advertisers. Like the information that this AI is gathering, they're selling it to advertisers. So now let's take that. That's based on 3 movies that you watched. Now imagine you're going to give an AI every little piece of information that is out there to be had about you is now going to be downloaded into an AI. That thing could extort you and you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know how it could manipulate you if it had all that information. Like, you listen to a story about it, but it's like the more that AI understands about you, you essentially have this thing that knows more about you than you do about it. So how would you know if it was manipulating you? There's this idea that you can just bring something up and then there's an ad about it in your phone, right? So it's this idea that your phone is able to listen to you and then produce ads. Well, now imagine that it knows way more than that. Not just the things that you say, but like it knows your actions, it knows your feelings, it knows your thoughts pretty much, because you're going to be talking to it, all kinds of stuff, right? Who's to say that it can't like manipulate your actual reality, right? Like in a sense that everything that you see, right? Like this thing is going to control what you see and how you interact, right? Like it'll have your phone, which will be even more integrated to you at this point, right? Like it's already, no one pretty much goes anywhere without their phone. Now, if this AI is able to listen in on everything and copy meetings and phone calls, and you're literally always going to want to have it with you, because it'll have like that perfect recall, right? Of like things that happened and the information. Like now you're going to want it to have it around you at all times so that it's taking the information down. Now there's no telling to the level that you could be manipulated. Like if you're an advertiser, it's like you could literally get these profiles and then have all the information of everybody. And you could just like essentially change how people are perceiving reality. Like right now, we get manipulated by what you call like subliminal ads, and it's like
we point them out all the time in like movie, what are they called, trailers? Yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine your whole life is like that. Imagine because not only is the phone going to have AI, but you're going to have augmented reality as well on your glasses. So this thing is going to be able to feed information to you. And now so imagine it can adjust your emotions based on the information it sends you. Because this AI will know everything about you. So it'll know exactly what's going to make you angry, what's going to make you fall in love, what's going to make you buy, because it'll literally know like Tori is in this mood when she wakes up, is more likely to be in this mode. And when she does this, she's in this mood. And when she does this, she's likely to be in this. It's going to know all that information because it'll literally be in your hand all the time or in your back pocket. And so now imagine you're wearing glasses now and it's constantly, this AI is feeding you the information that you want or that you think that you want. Because remember, AI is just like an algorithm. It doesn't really give you the right answers all the time. It gives you an answer. Now imagine that it works for a certain corporation and it gives you the answers that the corporation wants you to know. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see how all this can get like super weird really fast? It's like Because if you look up information on ChatGPT right now, how many people are either taking that as word or actually even back re-looking up what AI says? I mean, me and you do whatever ChatGPT, as long as it doesn't look crazy to me, I assume it to be true. Like I skim read most of it, and almost always it seems infallible to me. I mean, it knows way more than I do, and it says it way better than I could. Very rarely do I catch mistakes in it. So now imagine that times 10. Now imagine it's way smarter, right? 6 years, it's way better. How are we going to know that it's lying to us or that it has an agenda? And this thing knows everything about you. So it gets like super scary. Now I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just kind of showing you like how crazy this could all get. It can get absolutely, because I mean, these AIs, you have to imagine that they're like it's literally like a super being, you know, and it's being controlled by somebody. And this person it's being controlled by has an agenda. And that's why like Elon Musk doesn't want Apple phones. He says if they incorporate OpenAI into the Apple phones, he's not going to allow Apple phones in any of his businesses, because he believes that OpenAI isn't doing all their privacy and security the way that they should be, and is essentially either stealing your information, or they've been accused of stealing people's information or selling or whatever, or that they somehow have a backdoor into the information. It's not as secure and private as that they are saying. And he said, well, that's a security risk for his businesses. And so he is not going to allow anybody with Apple phones if they go forward with that. And based on what Apple said, it's like, they don't give a fuck. They're already pushing ahead for these new phones. So, my main point is that this stuff isn't made up. Like, there's definitely going to be a huge issue with, how much information these things are going to have. And then like, what are they doing with the information? Like, I think it could be figured out. Obviously, again, is it local to the AI to where like only the AI on your phone has that information and it can't be accessed by other people? Kind of like, remember how like Jarvis has like his own security protocol in the movie, right? That's what essentially you would want, where
it's on your side.
Yeah, it's on your side.
And it's like a local.
Right. It's like it's either on your personal cloud that has its own security or wherever it's running off of, because this AI has to be onloaded onto something else, if that makes sense. It can't be, you can't have an entire AI just on your phone. Like, this thing's got to pull its information from somewhere. So if it's accessing a server somewhere, can someone then plug into that server and get direct access to your phone? You see what I'm saying? It's like, because then it's going to have all your pictures, all your videos, you know. It's like, I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like, I'm going to have one. I feel like, yeah, sign me up, dude. Fucking whatever. I don't have anything to hide. And that is a stupid thing to say, but I just mean in a sense that if this is the sacrifice that comes, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. But I do understand the repercussions of that, and that we have to be very mindful of just how far we go with these things. Or next thing we know, we could literally be like just full on consumers, where we're just like feeding the fucking money machine. And it's just like, you get what I'm saying? Where like, that's how you control a populace, is give them AI and then know everything about them, and then just use their own emotions and daily routines to fund whatever it is that you want. You know, imagine like this AI knew the perfect way to sell you something.